Today on Low Carb with Jennifer, I'm going to show you how to make this easy keto German chocolate cake that is only 4 net carbs per serving. Hey guys, today we are making this amazing keto German chocolate cake. It's only 4 net carbs per serving and it's easy dump and go cake recipe, an easy frosting recipe. You don't have to use a stand mixer or anything like that. It's so easy. So we're going to start with the cake, and I've got my oven preheated. I've got some pans here. So we're going to make a layer cake, 2 layers, and I've got 2 cake pans here that I sprayed with Baker's Joy cooking spray. If you don't have Baker's Joy cooking spray, you could just line these with parchment paper because we want to make sure that they come out of the pan really easily. This stuff is amazing. It's got flour in it, so it's not gluten-free, but it's 0 carbs. So I would recommend this. You can find it at most grocery stores. If you don't want to use this, you could just use regular cooking spray or butter and then line your pans with parchment paper. So the dry ingredients we're going to mix first. We've got 2½ cups of almond flour. We're going to add 2/3 of a cup of granular sweetener, 1/2 cup of cocoa powder, a teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. That's our dry. So let's mix it all up. Smells like chocolate. So what is German chocolate cake? It actually has nothing to do with the country Germany. It is just based on the person who made it, his last name was German. Like not German in a sense that he was from Germany, actually his last name was German. And he created the chocolate brand, or I don't know, the chocolate or something, Baker's Chocolate. And that's the chocolate that he used in his chocolate cake. So it's German chocolate cake. But, you know, Baker's chocolate, you could get unsweetened Baker's chocolate and use that in this recipe, but that's kind of difficult to, I don't know, you got to melt it and all this stuff. I would rather just pour some cocoa powder into my bowl. But then what also kind of makes it, different, a German chocolate cake, is the icing, and it's got coconut and pecans in it. It's super yummy. So that's the kind of icing that we're going to make. So we've got our dry ingredients all combined, and I briefly read that story. If I got that wrong, please let me know. Please let me know if that's all wrong. So we're going to add our wet ingredients. I've got 8 ounces of plain Greek yogurt. I love putting Greek yogurt in my keto baked like cakes and muffins. It makes them so fluffy. I've got 4 beaten eggs and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. So that is it for the base of the cake. So easy. So now we're just going to mix it all up until it's nicely mixed. And now we're going to divide it evenly between our 2 cake pans and spread it out into an even layer. And if you didn't want to do a layer cake, you could just make one round cake. You could put all of this batter into one round cake pan. This is not going to be a good recipe for a big cake pan. I mean, you could put it in like an 8 by 13 by 9 cake pan. But it's going to be really thin. And if one of yours is bigger than the other, oh well. I think that this one might be a little bigger. Okay, these are going to bake at 350 until a toothpick comes out clean. Okay, while our cake is cooking, we're going to need to make our icing because it needs to thicken. So we're going to start, we have a saucepan over low heat, and we're going to start making the icing, which requires 1 cup of half and half. And that's half cream, half milk. 1 cup of keto-friendly brown sugar sweetener. I like Swerve. I think Swerve has the best consistency. I like it better than any of the other ones I've tried. 3 egg yolks, 1/2 cup of butter, and a teaspoon of vanilla. So this is going to come together, it's gonna melt, and then we're gonna let it simmer, and we're gonna keep stirring it occasionally until it's a nice and thick consistency. It'll be like a custard consistency. You want it to, I don't know, you want it to be thick. Then after that, we can finish it off with our pecans and our coconut. Okay, we started our coconut and our pecans into the icing mixture. And so when you're making this on the stovetop, you want to make sure that your the liquid mixture does not come to a simmer, or else it will break. So you just want to heat it up enough to where it melts the butter, comes together. It'll still be a little thin, but it'll be thick enough to stir in your coconut and your pecans. And then you just want to either let it cool completely, or if you're in a hurry, you can just stick this in the refrigerator for a little bit and it will get nice and thick like this. So now we can assemble our cakes. These took 15 minutes to bake in the oven. So you'll, want to go 15 to 20 minutes. So let's assemble our cake. I'm going to dump these onto my tray here carefully, just like that. And now I'm going to put half of my icing, spread it for this middle layer, bring it all the way to the edge, just so you can see it. And now we're gonna carefully put our other layer on. I think I'm just gonna turn it out like this. Yeah. And then carefully drop it. And then the rest of the icing goes on top. I'm telling you right now, I am not a baker. So if I can do this, you can do this. And if you wanted, you could sprinkle some more pecans on top. But how pretty is that? So now I want to very carefully cut a piece, and look at that. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's try a bite. That is so good. It is so chocolatey. You've got to try this recipe. Look at that. Okay, let's try another bite. Be sure you check out this recipe. You're gonna love it. They're not gonna know it's keto. It is out of this world. Let me know what you think in the comments, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.